Hey everybody, this is Dream, and today I'm going to be reviewing Morbid, The 7 Acolytes. Morbid is developed by Still Running and published by Merge Games. It's a horror punk action RPG with Lovecraftian horror, and it's also a Souls-like game. So this game is a horror game, as you can probably tell. On the screen, what I'm looking at in the top right corner is a save point type of thing, and with that you can actually travel from any of these points to other points that you've already unlocked. You unlock them by coming up to them and clicking Y, and you can meditate and check your quests and things of that nature here. So I'm going to show you in the inventory now. You'll see that there's different items that you have available to you that you can find while playing and running around in the game and killing enemies and breaking out boxes. You have items like that you can use to add bleed to your weapon, to add cold to your weapon. Some of these are permanent upgrades, some of them are timed based. You can find upgrades that are going to give you extra health for a limited amount of time and things of that nature. Also things that give you health like regen and things of that nature. You also find weapons like swords and guns and all different types of swords. I think there's well over 25 to 30 different unique swords that you can find, or I should say melee weapons that you can find in the game, and so that's a nice variety. All those can also be upgraded with the random pickups that you find, and a lot of those pickups are permanent, so that definitely makes for a unique idea when it comes to customization of your weapons. Okay, as you can see, so here's how the combat is kind of working. You can run around and find with melee, you hit X, and I'll show you with this enemy right here. You can walk up to him, and he's actually going to chase you. When that little red bar comes on screen, you know that he's chasing you at that point. And so hitting X is your simple thing. That's how you shoot. That you hit shoot with Y, and then also with your X button is you're gonna do a heavy hit, which I was trying to hit this guy, but I actually failed a couple times because he's running away. But yeah, the heavy hit takes a little more time, but the timing is going to be very important when it comes to attacks in this game, because like you have that guy, he's got quite a bit of health, but if I hit him just right, then I'll be able to stop before he hits me. And you see I hit both those guys really well. That time is going to be crucial to keeping your health up, unless you have lots of health potions, which I find the health potions are kind of few and far between. So you also can run and dash and also sneak by holding down your left trigger button. And then there's some other different capabilities that your character has. Some of them you get better as you upgrade your character and as you level up your character. Overall, there's just a lot of customization, and I like that about the game. There's also different unique abilities that you can get with the power-ups and things that's going to help you advance as well. You'll see that he just dropped that little rune, and that you can apply that to a weapon, and it's going to give you more ability for that particular weapon. And you see I just added the electricity to that weapon. So now I'm going to electrify enemies that I attack with them at a higher rate than I was beforehand. And then so with your D-pad, you have 3 spaces that you can choose what you want to input there, and I recommend putting like health potions and things of that nature. Your bottom clicking down on the D-pad is the heart, which will give you start off when you start a new life, you have 2 hearts, at least at this point in the game. I think you add another one. You add more as you go through the game, and you also start with 5 bullets in your gun. So that's basically, and you just put it down on your D-pad in order to use the heart when you need to. So I'm going to go to this little save point, and we're going to, I think, travel to another area so you can see how that works. And you can choose any place you've already been. Alright, so this game is not very straightforward, but it's not too insane or difficult to figure out where you want to go next. So you're just gonna want to follow around and try to find more of these spawn points so that you can get save points, basically, so that you don't have to travel back if you die. You're going to want to smash all the different things around you as well, and those are going to give you all those upgrades and things of that nature. I mean, you're going to see that I'm going to smash a lot of different boxes and You'll see those here in the corner. There's also guys that are laying on the ground that will sometimes sparkle, and if they sparkle, they'll have items to give you. Pretty much everything on the ground is smashable, as you can see, so there's a lot of opportunity for items. And then obviously killing enemies also does give you items. You'll see that I just, he actually spawned a second little enemy, so you have to be kind of careful for those. This game is definitely very difficult, and I've died quite a few times. I don't think it's necessarily a negative about the game, but it's the type of game it is. It definitely matters, and if you're going to keep track of your health and stamina and sanity, which are 3 different things you need to keep track of, it's going to be very important to succeeding in the game. I do like how the perks work in the game and the leveling system for your character, and so I think that's really well done. I also like the aspect that you find things by breaking all the boxes out, so it makes it fun to work through and find all the things that you might want. And also there's like special weapons that you can find by completing quests, and so those are going to give you the possibility of finding new and better weapons that are going to be more useful. So I definitely expect to keep a lot of my runes so that I can, when I find better weapons, that I can apply them. You'll see this enemy that I'm fighting right now. I actually already fought once. He's like not a major boss, but maybe a tiny mini boss. Yeah, I had to defeat him in order to actually go through the shark every first time. I did like that there's a lot of different types of enemies in the game, so I thought that was pretty well done in the aspect, especially early in the game. Typically, games like this are not going to have nearly as many enemies as you might see in other games. But there's a lot of variety. As you can see, there's enemies that have little guys that pop out of them. There's enemies that can fire from long distances. There's enemies that just sit on the ground and wait for you to smack them in the back of the face. Lots of different things. Let's see. Alright, so this game is a lot of fun. I'm not the type of person that's particularly great at Souls type games, but this one is a lot of fun. And sometimes my biggest issue with these games are the controls. But I actually felt like the controls in this are very nicely balanced and are very easy to kind of pick up and play. And most games like this are not that way. So I think that this game was very well done, and they definitely created it from a position of wanting to make it playable for people, even if you're not good at these type of games normally. As for the graphics are definitely not what I would usually see in a game like this, but that's not necessarily a bad thing either. It's different than what I expected based on what I had heard about the game prior to playing it, and so I'm pleasantly surprised that despite the fact that the graphics don't meet the expectations that I expected, they actually do fit really well, and so does the music in this game. You'll see playing this game, the soundtrack is pretty awesome for the style of game it is, and all the sounds and stuff that work really well. So I was really pleasantly surprised by a lot of the aspects from that side of the development of the game. It seems like it's just put together very well, and I haven't run into any major glitches or bugs when it comes to like combat or anything either. And considering that it does require a lot of close hit detection, it does work really well. Alright, so I'm gonna go up here and I'm gonna pick up some other items, and I think I'm gonna pick up a item that I needed. That's for a quest. It's actually here in the top right corner, and so then I'm gonna walk over here and finish the quest by talking to the old man. And yeah, so gotta kill this guy first. I really like how the quest thing is working out, because you're gonna accept quests and then you're gonna have to go around and look for things and go back and give them to them when you find them. It's definitely not going to happen in a natural progression. There's definitely going to be overlap of those quests, and it's really well done the way it is. So you're going to be playing on the game, you're going to come across something like, oh, I got to go talk to that guy and make him happy and get whatever unique item he's going to give me. So in this case, he's going to give me a item. Let's see what he gives me. He's going to be the Bow of Ire, so that's cool. That's actually a better item than what I had, so I'm going to equip that as opposed to the gun that I have and use that. Pretty happy about that. So let me show you how that shoots. I didn't really want to shoot the wall there, but I did on accident. Like I said before, you start the area, like your life, with 5 bullets, and you can find pickups that give you more. Oh man, this thing fires really awesome. Okay, that's pretty sweet. So yeah, that's basically what that is. So as for this game overall, I think this game is pretty tough. I really do like the game. From an achievement perspective, I think it's probably going to be pretty difficult, but I think most of the achievements are really straightforward. It's just for defeating different bosses and progressing through the game and things of that nature. So overall, for a Souls type game, this is really good. I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10 because I'm just overall having an enjoyable experience playing it, and I'm looking forward to continue playing it more. Nothing to really gripe about the game too much. Because it's just a fun game. Maybe the graphics aren't what I expected, but again, it turns out that it works for the game. So, and I like the combat aspect really well, and I like the variety of the enemies. I like the music, and I don't think these type of games are for everyone. Obviously, if you're into Souls games, then you're definitely not gonna like it too much. If you're not into Souls games, you're not gonna like this type of game. But at the end of this video, I'm gonna show you the first boss fight, which is pretty awesome. And I thought it was pretty cool because I found a strategy in order to complete it. Oh, as for the price of the game, I actually don't have a price yet for it, so I can't tell you what that is. But I definitely think it's probably going to be a good buy regardless if you're into these type of games. And here's the boss fight, and you'll see that I figured out the strategy here, kind of to beat him. You'll see me use a roll thing, and you'll see me attack him with my sword. I didn't actually shoot him, but I could have, but it's definitely, once you figure out how he attacks, then you can use your rolls to get out of the way. You also have a blocking attack, which I really didn't cover, but I'm just not good at using those type of attacks in these kind of games, so I just kind of accept that fact, and I just go for beating the crap out of people. Yep, so that's pretty much all I have to say about the game. So enjoy the rest of this fight, and thanks for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Let us know what you think if you pick up the game, and have a nice day, everybody.